Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is Louise Smith with Kingdom Builders Publications, and before you, we have Mr. Brad Washington. He is an educator, and how you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking.
Wonderful. I am excited about something that you have developed. And can you tell us a little bit about the development of this work?
So I actually have a book that I just written called The GREENPRINT, and it's a social emotional learning / positive behavior reinforcement program. And I would love for you all to read about it whenever it is finished.
It is amazing. And I was just glancing and just found that it was just so soulful, meaningful, and it's going to do a lot of great change. What made you write this book, sir?
I was just compelled by just everything that went on last school year. I'm the program director at Windsor Elementary, and me and my students, we kind of came together and formulated this program where each day had a meaning. So Mondays would be Monday meeting where we would have our classroom get together where we'll talk about community issues. Tuesday would be Tax Tuesday, where positive behavior reinforcement would come and we would reward students who had achieved goals or had positive behavior throughout the week. Our Wednesdays will always be Winning Wednesdays, where we focused on teamwork and communication and social skills, and Thursdays always centered on what was called Tell the Truth Thursday, and we centered it on emotional regulation and just seeing where students were mentally and how were they emotionally.
I'm telling you, this is genius. It really is. And we want that every educator, of course, mothers and fathers are the first educators, but we want to go even above board with that because we want to reach out to wherever children are to let them know that there is a certain approach to your daily activities and they all can be positive. And so we're going to start working on this book. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, be on the lookout at the end of September for this work. And it is called
The GREENPRINT.
The GREENPRINT. I love it. God bless you, Mr. Washington. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here at the offices of Kingdom Builders Publications, and I am here with new author Bradley Washington. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm excited, and I can't wait for you guys to read my book, The GREENPRINT.
Yes, the process has been amazing. I'm telling you, this is a game-changing book for professionals, for students, for parents, barbershop. This needs to be in every barbershop that holds our color of skin, perhaps even further out.
Absolutely.
Yes. Give us some words, Brad. What made you write this book?
I was inspired by the wonderful students and staff and parents that I worked with the last 2 years at my after school program. And really, what really inspired me was just knowing the impact that I made and the impact that they made on me. And I want to see other educators, youth leaders, parents, and even students have that same impact. So we are so excited to have this book come out in the next month or two.
Yes. Yes. What has your experience been with Kingdom Builders Publications?
Nothing but professional. Miss Smith is the hardest working woman in Columbia, South Carolina. Hardest working one. Hardest. And nobody works harder than her.
God bless you.
I really appreciate you.
I really appreciate this book. And I look forward to everybody doing their pre-orders, and for the book signing. It's going to be amazing. Okay, God bless. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here in the offices of Kingdom Builders Publications, where we are meeting tonight Brad Washington. He is a first-time author, and he's a first-time author with Kingdom Builders Publications. Hello, Mr. Washington. How are you today?
Hello, Miss Smith. How are you? I'm doing all right.
That's good. Today is a very exciting day.
Yes, it is.
I would like for us to talk about your journey. What made you push the pen for your experiment?
The students that I worked with in the after-school program, they really changed my life on how I would like to educate students. And after having some conversations with like some teachers, I was more compelled more than ever to write out the program so I could help out teachers, after-school programs, and coaches. Because just watching a group of kids come together as a community and as a family, like I said, it really changed my life. It helped me with certain things. It made me realize the importance of relationships and communication. And that's what kind of got the ball rolling with it.
Wow,
That's what got the ball rolling with it.
Very, very exciting. So tell us a little bit about your background. I know you live in Columbia, South Carolina.
Yes.
Tell us some other things about you.
Well, I'm 28, I'll be 29 in December. I'm an educator. I've been working with Boys and Girls Club of the Midlands. This is my 10th year coming up, and my 6th or 7th year working as an educator. So I really enjoy educating students, but probably more than anything, I love building cultures in groups or classrooms or just programs in general. I love the whole aspect of culture, and that's one of the main things. That's the GREENPRINT of my book. That's what that's about building a great and healthy culture.
Yes. So where do you think you got that from? Inside your own culture at home? Were you like a teacher as a little boy?
Well,
how did that get started?
What I thought about my journey, I was never someone that always watched like Nickelodeon or Disney. I mean, I did, but I always watched like ESPN. Even when I was like 6 or 7, I was always fascinated with coaching. I was always fascinated with teams, and I always liked to follow the top teams and the top coaches. My brother told me I always knew what coaches were being hired and who was hired where. And once I got into the education business, like working with elementary students, I realized that sports and education was the same. You have to build a classroom, you have to build a culture, you have to build relationships, and it's an art to it. A lot of people have asked me, well, how do you work with kids? And I always say that it's a science. So a lot of people like to say, well, you're just very natural with it. But to me, it's really like a lot of studying psychology and studying how to lead and how to build that culture that you want, how to develop relationships. So I've always been interested in it. You know, even like I said, when I was younger, I never was, on Disney. Like I said, I watched it, but ESPN and watching football and basketball, that was always my thing. Always.
I see. Mm-hmm. So in your household as you were growing up, were you the older of your brother, or?
I was actually the middle child in my household. I have an older sister that lives in Georgetown, South Carolina, but I was the middle child.
Okay.
And my younger brother played football in college, And my older brother, he played football in high school. And I actually played offensive line in high school, even though I don't look like it. But,
Yes,
you
you
know,
do.
but offensive line usually like for bigger players. I've lost like a lot of weight. But I've always been a part of a team, you know, and me and my brother, my younger brother, we always like to, you know, play football, play basketball outside, or just watch sports. So Saturdays and Sundays during the fall was always about watching football.
So, Mr. and Mrs. Washington, as you were growing up, did you learn some type of technique on being personable, being community?
Yes.
What is some of the takeaway that you brought into your teamwork and your classwork?
Well, I just talked to my brother. My brother told me I have a complex personality, and I think my mom and my dad knew how to talk to me and talk to my brother. Always, you know, we always talk about it. I think my household is a very transparent household. We don't leave anything off the table. We were very transparent, but it was never a personal thing. But you know, they were still my parents, but they knew how to talk and address me. And even with my younger brother the same way. And I had to learn how to address him because me and his personalities are different. So we were always a family because we knew each other. And, you know, we sat at the dinner table and, you know, we watched movies together. And they never missed any of my games, my brother's games. And I didn't miss his games, he didn't miss mine. So we was always a family. So I think the biggest thing that I learned from them was they always showed up. It was never an excuse, you know. So I learned that same thing too. I always try to show up for whatever my mom or my dad wants me to do.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, your journey to Kingdom Builders Publications, how did that get started?
Well, actually, I was referred by one of your authors who actually was a parent of a student that I taught for 2 years. And he told me about you guys and said, man, y'all are always professional, which y'all are. And y'all did a great job with him and helping with the editing process. And me personally, it really didn't matter at first, you know, who did it. I just needed to get the message out. But I'm so glad I came here because, you know, Ms. Smith, you worked hand in hand with me and whatever I needed to have done or any improvements or rewrites, we worked hard and you worked hard too. So I really thank, you know, Mr. Ferguson, because if it wasn't for him recommending you and, you know, the book that I read really compelled me to really kickstart my journey to find you, wouldn't be here sitting here getting interviewed now.
Wow. Well, I tell you what, it has just been a tremendous opportunity and really a blessing to see what your mind is doing. I mean, your intellect is amazing. How you pull these precepts and concepts together, how you let people be themselves while learning the proper or the gateway into their very own lives later. They can be themselves and have their tear moment, have their aggressive moment, and how you bring it to calm with some of the things in this book. It is tremendous. Well, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, let's not wait any longer. It is time to unveil Mr. Washington's book. And the name of the book is The GREENPRINT, not to be mistaken for the blueprint, although some of its nature does come from the blueprint. This is the moment you've been waiting for. Are you ready?
I am definitely ready.
There you are. Are you ready?
Yes. I'm a pretty messy opener.
It doesn't matter about that.
Oh yeah. 2 copies. Yes. This is awesome. This is what I envisioned. Yep. This is good. Yes. Wow. My book.
But what does that feel like?
I can't believe it. 2020 has been a year, but just to have this happen is, I don't know what to say.
Wow.
I don't know what to say.
Hold it
I'm
up
just,
so we all can see.
I'm just amazed. My book.
Your name is on that. That is your intellectual property from an experiment from school.
Yes, this is unbelievable.
Beautiful. Read a paragraph out of it.
Would love to. Let's see what's a good one. Let's go to Wednesday. Okay. While playing with the mud dogs, I thought how I might bring this brilliance to a different setting. I wanted to implement the same team ideology and sideline conversation concepts to my after-school students. I've always wanted the after-school students to work as a team, use social skills, and be better communicators. I made the team concept a focus in sports, but the mud dogs were about the team concept on and off the field. How could I make my students think team outside of sports? This is why common goals in the GREENPRINT was important. I wanted unity in all aspects, classroom, cafeteria, outside, etc. But we had to get the nuances down, such as communication and social skills, to accomplish it. Winning Wednesday was created as a remedy for this. From 15 to 20 minutes on Wednesday, we participated in activities which helped develop social communication and development skills. Whatever the group needed at the time, such as better awareness of words used, we worked on it. The intent was to make sure when we communicated, it would solve the problem. That's exactly what Wednesdays was.
Oh my God, this is phenomenal.
Yeah.
So who is your book targeted to, Mr. Washington?
I want this book to be, I want it to transform how we see our young people. Before I wrote this book, I always saw it, I won't say law and order, but there was a way of doing things. But with the GREENPRINT, what it taught me was we can build a great culture, but it starts with developing those students. It starts with developing them as individuals, and it starts with developing also as a group. And it's for coaches, it's for teachers, it's for after school programs, it's for parents. And to really get the desired result that you want, whether it's from your own child or from your class or from your group, it takes work.
So in essence, would you say that the book is a go-to?
Absolutely.
And the education in it not only cultivates the child,
yes,
but it cultivates the mentor as well.
Yes, absolutely. Because I think one thing that I noticed too was with the GREENPRINT, it wasn't to change students' personalities. Everyone's personality is their own unique, but it's to change a mindset. So their personality can still be their personality. They can still be moody and maybe playful or grumpy, but it's really just to change their mindset of how they not only see other people, but how they see themselves.
Beautiful. I want to thank you so much, and I thank God that He put this inside of you. Are there any plans to go further with this education that you've given us in the GREENPRINT?
Absolutely. I want it to be something, like I said, for educators, but I definitely want it as a building block for new teachers or developing teachers, like in alternative programs or in education programs like at USC or Clemson, whatever, because I think a lot of teachers sometimes come in and they come in with a certain mindset, but then when they get in there, it's kind of difficult to transition from learning from theory to learning from what you're actually going through.
Yeah, hands-on.
Yes.
Yeah.
And with the GREENPRINT, it's like a model where it's just 10 to 15 minutes a day.
Tell people how they can get a hold of you to come and do talks, reads, workshops. How can they connect with you?
I would say the best way, they can contact me by phone. I have social media websites. Facebook, it's Brad Washington. My email is bradwash15@gmail.com. for Twitter and Instagram, it's a unique name that I kind of came up with years ago, because I guess a lot of people would say that I was like very intellectual and also like music. So it's called The Musician, as in TheMusician. So it's like my way of bridging the gap of, I guess, love and knowledge and also love and music. Because I definitely would love to have talks like with church leaders or educators or after school program or coaches or parents. Because, you know, our kids are, you know, it's cliche, but our kids are our future. And we have to really invest in them.
Let us know. Well, I can say that Kingdom Builders Publications, you can go onto the website at kingdombuilderspublications.com and order your copy. It is ready for print. Soon it will be available on every chain that hosts books. Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, Amazon, Goodreads, Walmart, Target, any place that hosts ISBNs is where you can get your book. Final words, sir.
I hope that whoever reads this book, if they are leaders, you know, as coaches or educators or just anybody that's just mentors, I hope that reading this book, even though it's pretty brief, will inspire you to make an impact and a change in our youth's lives, just like it did for me.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. Washington.
Thank you
for coming and
Thank
being
you so
a part
much.
of us. And I hope we have many, many series together.
Me too.
God bless.
I think so.
Bye-bye.